Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to discuss two very important news articles of finance. The first one is about the Fino Payments Bank that has got the approval from RBI. What approval it has got, why the Fino Payments Bank needed this approval also. We will see all of that in today's session. As well as the second news article is about the Bharat Bill Payment System, and the RBI has lowered the net worth requirement. So why was there a need for lowering the net worth requirement? What was the requirement before, and what is the new net worth requirement? All of this we are going to see in today's session. So now, before starting with the session, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new to the channel, and join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session, and you can get the link of the Telegram channel in the description box below. So now, starting with the first news article, that the Fino Payment Bank has received the RBI's approval for starting the referral services of the fixed deposit and recurring deposit. Okay, so it will refer the services of the fixed deposit and RD, that is recurring deposit, to its customers as a business correspondent of Suryodaya Small Finance Bank. So it will refer its customers to the Suryodaya Small Finance Bank for taking the FD and RD. So that is, the Fino Payments Bank is not providing the FD or RD itself, it is referring its customers to a different bank to take the FD and RD. So why is it not providing the FD and RD directly itself? Okay, why is it referring its own customers to some other bank? That is Suryodaya Small Finance Bank, that is the business correspondent of the Fino Payments Bank. So now, if you know about the Payments Bank, you must know that why is it not able to provide the FD and RD to its customer itself? Because the Payments Bank can only accept the demand deposits, they cannot accept the time deposits. That is the fixed deposit. Time deposits are the fixed deposits and recurring deposits that stays with a bank for a time period. Okay, so it can only accept, the Payments Bank can only accept the demand deposits and not the fixed deposits and RD. So now, the other things also you need to know about the Payments Bank, because Payments Bank is too much in news, as well as the static questions has been asked in the previous year papers of the RBI Grade B also. So it becomes very important for you to have the static knowledge of the important topics that are regularly in news. Okay, so the maximum balance deposit a customer can hold at the end of the day in the payment bank is rupees 2 lakh. So it can hold up to, a customer can hold up to 2 lakhs in a in a payments bank. Okay, and this limit has been upped in 2021 April. Before, the limit was 1 lakh only. It cannot, the payment bank cannot give loans. Okay, it cannot provide any kind of loans to its customers, and that's why it cannot even issue the credit card. It can only provide the debit cards, it cannot provide the credit card, because credit card is what I am paying for whatever I am buying right now through the credit card, but that is actually a loan that is I am taking from the bank, because I will pay the bank later on. So that's why loans the payment banks cannot provide. Okay, next is minimum capital requirement to start payment bank business in India is 100 crores. So the minimum capital requirement for the payment bank is rupees 100 crores. Okay, so this is all the starting information about the Payments Bank. Now, Payments Bank are the small scale banks that are providing the services with the minimum credit risk, or we can say no credit risk is there, because they are not providing the loans now, as well as they are providing the financial inclusion services, because they are providing the banking services, financial services to even the unbanked and underbanked areas, to the migrant laborers to the low income households and all. So this is very important. Payments Bank is very important for the financial inclusion. Next is the FD and RD referral services will be offered to Fino Banks customers over Fino Banks over 3.9 million customers. So the referral services are provided to the 3.9 million customers of the Fino Banks who are aspirational, who actually needs the FD and RD services, but they are not able to get, because Fino Payments Bank is not able to provide them. And Fino Payment Bank, because it is a payments bank, it is working in the area that is underbanked, that doesn't have the other banks. So the customers of this bank cannot actually go to other banks directly. So that's why Fino Banks is providing the referral services so that the even these aspirational and the need access to these products to ensure their financial needs are met, so that the customers financial needs are met. That's why FinoBank is providing the referral services to the customers also. The service is expected to go live in the second quarter of financial year 23, and Fino Payments Bank has also received approval from RBI for starting international remittance. This approval it has just gotten this year only in Jan 2022. So this is also very important that Fino Payment Bank is the bank that has got the approval from RBI for starting international remittance business under the MTSS, that is Money Transfer Service Scheme. So this is also very important. Now we can move to the other news article, the second news article about the Bharat Bill Payment, RBI to lower net worth requirements. So let's first understand the Bharat Bill Pay system. So it is a one-stop. See, like the UPI came. UPI was developed by NPCI. It came like under the RBI. Similarly, Bharat Bill Pay. So Bharat Bill Payment is also a one-stop ecosystem. It is under the RBI, that is customized under the RBI, and it is being controlled or overlooked by the NPCI. Not controlled but overlooked by NPCI. So it is a one-stop ecosystem for payment of all bills. The name itself suggests Bharat Bill Payment. So it is a platform that is providing you to pay all the bills that you have, like electricity bill there is, telecom bill there is, any kind of bill that you want to pay, you can pay under the Bharat Bill Pay system that is provided. It is a one-stop ecosystem. It is a one-stop solution for the payments of the bills, recurring bills, providing an interoperable and accessible anytime, anywhere bill payment service to all billers who raise recurring bills. So what is this meaning of accessible? You know, means wherever you are going, you can pay through this platform. But interoperable means this is offline also. You can access this offline also and online also, through the ATMs, through the mobiles, through the UPI, through the cards, through the IMPS. You are able to provide the bills. Okay. Offline also, like the bank branches are there, the agents are there, the business correspondents are there, so you can go to the bank branches and all, and you can pay through that also. So it is interoperable, means it is operable through anywhere. Okay, here also you can see through the ATMs also bill payment option is there. You can pay your bill by putting your details and all. So it has become very easy. You do not have to stand on lines now to pay your bill. You do not have to waste one day of yours to pay the bill. Now it is easier for you through the UPI, whatever you have near to you, you can pay through that. So it has become a one place, one-stop solution for you. Users of BPPS enjoy benefits like standardized bill payment experience. Every time you just have to click some buttons and your work is done. Centralized customer grievance redressal mechanism. If any problem that is coming to you, you can just there is customer grievance redressal mechanism also. You can raise your complaint, and then it will be, your grievance will be addressed. Prescribed customer convenience fee. So there is already prescribed, like the convenience fee cannot be higher than that. But what happened? Now the news article is what? That why the RBI needed to lower the net worth requirements. So that it has been observed that there has not been, like the transactions number are growing. Of course, the transaction numbers are growing. More billers are coming and paying through the bill payment system. But what is happening? That the Bharat Bill Payment operating units are not growing. Okay, non-bank Bharat Bill Payment operating units, that is the business correspondents, are not growing. Okay, there has not been corresponding growth in the number of BBPOUs through which the Bharat Bill Payment System can expand its hands, we can say. If there are more business correspondents, if there is more areas that it is reaching to, or there are more ages that there are, then it will be provided to more people. There are many people who do not, even now, who do not know about this system, that we can pay through all of these processes. So there should be more agents, there should be more operating units. So that's why RBI has said that we need to lower the net worth requirements, because the net worth requirements are very high. Okay, so like the Bharat Bill Payment operating units are different. Like the Vakrenji has it got the approval from RBI to become the Bharat Bill Payment operating units. So similarly, we need more operating units to come out, non-bank operating units, because banks are, there are many areas that are still unbanked. So to reach that, we need more agents, more operating units in different areas. Okay, so that's why there was a need to reduce the net worth requirements. So current requirement of net worth for a non-bank BBPOU to obtain authorization is rupees 100 crore. So if it wants to start the operations, it needs rupees 100 crores. And it is viewed as a constraint to greater participation, because you can see the net worth requirement is too huge, we can say, for 100 rupees crore, 100 crore. So if there is a small agent, if there is a small company that wants to come in the Bharat Bill Pay system, it will be harder for that company, of costly. So it is therefore proposed to align the net worth requirement of non-bank BPPOUs with that of other non-bank participants who handle customer funds, like the payment aggregators. The payment aggregators, they have the similar risk profile, and still they are providing lesser net worth requirements. They have lesser net worth requirements. So it is kind of wrong with the Bharat Bill payment operating units, because they are providing higher net, they have to give higher net worth requirements. So accordingly, the net worth requirement for non-bank BPOUs is being reduced to rupees 25 crore. This has been said by RBI in its bi-monthly policy review. The necessary amendment to regulations will be carried out shortly. So from the 100 crore, it has come down to 25 crore. Remember this, and why it has happened, because there were not many BPOUs that were coming out, that were opening up there, because the net worth requirement before was too huge for them to pay. Okay. So now these were the two news articles. These were the people that gave the right answer of the previous session question. That was about the Manthan. Nilesh, Swajanya, Arvind, Sriharsh, Swanti, and I saw that there was much confusion in the previous session question. Like I was getting different answers. So the previous session was on the cardless cash withdrawal, okay, and on this the Nilesh, Piyush and Abhishek are the only people that gave the right answer. Okay, why? See, the cardless cash withdrawal, the question was regarding the cardless cash withdrawal. So SDFC, first option was SDFC and ICICI Bank are providing the cardless cash withdrawal, but on the on-us basis. Okay, they provide the cardless cash withdrawal on us basis, that is on their own ATMs for their own customers. So that was of course correct. Okay, the second statement was wrong, because the second statement was saying that was saying about the RBI that has proposed the interoperability cardless cash withdrawal with the banking apps. So that is wrong, not with the banking apps but with the UPI facility, with the UPI platform. The RBI has proposed the interoperable cardless cash withdrawal. The third option was also correct. Okay, the third option was saying that the maximum cap is there for the cardless cash withdrawal by different banks. So that is also right. There is maximum cap by different banks. There is different maximum cap. So the first option was correct regarding the on-us basis. The third option was also correct. The only second option was wrong, and second option was wrong because it is not banking apps through which the RBI will provide. The RBI is saying that there should be interoperable cardless cash withdrawal. It is UPI facility, UPI platform. Okay. So now I think you must have understood it. So thank you very much. If there is any query, you can mail us here or you can contact us through this number. Thank you.